Bum-ba-da-dum. Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I'm your humble host, Banjo Ben, here on your favorite website that teaches you how to play banjo and guitar. And this week is mandolin. We've got two really fun breaks to Angeline the Baker in the key of D that we're going to teach you. First one's more of a basic melody version. I asked my Gold Pit members over on Facebook how difficult they wanted it, and most people said a 2 on a scale from 1 to 5, and then I had quite a few people that said, I want a 5. So that's what I've done for you. So we're first going to learn this more basic version, and then the second version we're going to learn how to go up the neck and add those triplets. More than just teach you what notes I play, I want to teach you how I came up with that version, how I built it. So I'm going to explain all the little bit that went on in my head whenever I was building that. Now, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, here in a moment, I'm going to ask you to go over to the website, BanjoBenClark.com. You can join as a Gold Pit member and listen to what that gives you. It gives you access to hundreds of lessons just like this for all 3 instruments. And I do these each and every week, okay? So for this lesson in particular, we have about a 30-minute video lesson where I teach you all the notes. I have a slowed down, slow play version where you can follow along too. Then I've got the tabs in both PDF and TEF file formats. Then I have 3 different speeds of MP3 downloadable rhythm tracks. And I even have the performance version soloed with banjo and mandolin. So if you want to play along with me, if you've got a banjo and you want to play along with my mandolin solo, you can do it, and vice versa. I'd be honored to have you on board over there. Now let's look at the basic melody version of Angeline the Baker. Let's learn Angeline the Baker. It's a great old fiddle tune. We're going to do it in the key of D. I know it's done in other keys as well, but I like to play it in the key of D. We're going to quickly go through a basic version, then we're going to spend the majority of our time looking at an advanced version that this basic version kind of prepares us to play. And in that advanced version, we're going to add a lot of tricks and trills and triplets and up the neck licks, a lot of fun stuff like that. Now, as we look at the tab here, the first 2 measures are a kickoff. And I've just put that there in case you're the first one to play a solo on the song, maybe in a group that you're in. It lets you establish the tempo. Okay? Now, as we get out of that kickoff, we're going to go into an A part that's 8 bars long. Then we're going to repeat that A part, another 8 bars. Then we'll go to a B part that has a different melody. That's 8 bars, and then we repeat that again, another 8 bars, and then I have an ending for you. This kickoff's pretty simple. It's the shuffle rhythm that we're doing, okay? So quarter note, eighth notes, quarter note, eighth notes. Bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da, bum. And then all you're going to do is slide from the 1st to 2nd fret on the low G string. And you can play through all 4 strings if you want. I've got it written just for the first 3. That's measure 1, bum, bum, bum. But then on the last beat of measure 2, we're going to start the song. Open D string, upstroke on that 4th fret of the low G string. Now as we get to measure 3, we're going to start this A part. And the melody is key on this, right? We're playing the basic melody. We've only got 2 different kind of notes we're dealing with, quarter notes and eighth notes. And quarter notes take up 1 beat in the measure, eighth notes take up a half beat. So it's important to know that. If you have any questions with timing, be sure and download that tab file that I have available for this song. And that allows your computer to play this tab for you. You can control the tempo, and you can listen to how it's supposed to sound. But we're going to have 3 quarter notes to start off bar 3. 2nd fret, 4th fret, and then I'm going to play through the D and the A string. Now technically the melody is just that D string, but I play through both strings to give it a little bit of meat. So that's a harmony note that I'm getting there on the A string. Then we've got an 8th note rest, and then we're going to play that 2nd fret. So measure 3 sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Then we're going to come back into measure 4, 4th fret, hit those 2 open strings again, then we have 4 8th notes to finish it out. So let me play measures 1 through 4, and just realize that I have another video segment here on the site where I play the whole thing through much slower than this. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now as we get into measure 5, we got 4 quarter notes, 2nd fret, 4th fret, open D, 5th fret. Now when you hit that 5th fret, measure 5, leave that ring finger down, because then we're going to reach down that low G string and we're going to hammer from 2nd to 4th frets. So we'll play through the G string and the D string and hammer on. And then we'll play those together. The measure note, the melody note's actually this B note down here. So this top 5th fret is a harmony note. Then we're going to come out of that at the end of measure 6 to do the same type of stuff we've already seen. Measure 7. Now we're getting ready to wrap up this first A part, so we're going to get a little bit more melodic here. So measure 8, 4th fret, open, 4, 2, open, open, 2. Measure 8 slowly, sounds like this. So measures 5 through 8. And then measure 9, we actually repeat most of measure 8 to wrap up that A part. And then we have this little lick here, measure 10, that looks a lot like our kickoff. Okay, so now we've finished with our first time through the A part. Now we're going to repeat that A part. You could play something different here. You can embellish it a little more if you want. I'm going to keep it the same as our first A part just to keep our continuity intact. But we had that same walk-in. So measures 11 and 12 are exactly like measures 3 and 4. When we get to measure 13, that's just like measures 5 through 8. We've seen all this before. Measure 17 and 18 we've already seen. But the last 2 notes of measure 18, we're getting ready to go into the first B part. So they're going to be a little different. 4th fret, 5th fret. Now as we get into measure 19, this does start the B part, so it's the same chord progression in this particular fiddle tune, but the melody is different. So our melody is going to be expressed on the lower notes. Okay, so we're going to, first 3 notes of measure 19, we're playing these harmonies. So I'm playing the A and E string together. The melody note's this A note. So if it's too difficult for you to play through those two strings, which it might be, and that's okay, you can just grab that A note. Then as we come down, we have the 4th fret of the D string, along with the A string, 2nd fret, along with the A string. But the actual melody is, but I'm just adding harmony notes. Then measure 20, something similar to what we've already seen. 4, 2, open, 4, 2. 4, 5. Okay, so let me play 17 through 20. B part. '21, we're going to do another double stop there. But this time we're going to come up at the end of measure 21, just walking up that scale. Hold that down again, because measure 22 is exactly the same lick that we saw way back in measure 6. But this time the melody note's actually that G note on top. We're adding harmony beneath it now. Then we've seen this lick before. 23 is same as 19. Same thing as 20. But now as we go to 25, we're getting ready to finish up this first B part. We've got a little lick here that we're going to play. It's 4th fret, open, 4, 2, open, 4, 2, 4. Then we're going to play these D and A strings together. Then we're going to go back into a second B part in measure 27 that's exactly like the first B part. We've already seen that. 29 is exactly the same as 21. We've seen this. 31. And then 33 is exactly the same as 25. Which leaves us with our ending that we have here in measure 35. Now the advanced version that we're about to dive into has a more difficult ending. This is more of a stock ending that you could use on any song in the key of D. We're going to start on this D note up here on the 5th fret of the A string and do 5, 4, 5, open, then 2, 5, 4, 2. So measure 35. Then measure 36, we're just going to walk right down the D scale, starting with the open A string. 5, 4, 2, open. So 35 and 36. Then when we get into measure 37, we're going to mimic that banjo shave and a haircut lick. Bum, bada, bum, 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 bum. We're going to do the same type of thing here. It starts with a quarter note on the D string. Then we come down for 2/8 notes on the 2nd fret of the G. Then we're going to play 4th fret along with the open D string. Then back to 2nd fret. So then we're going to do an open A chord, 6th fret with our ring finger, 2nd fret with our index, open, open. We're going to do a little shuffle pattern here. And then I want you to slide everything up. So your ring finger is going to slide up to 7th fret, that's just 1 fret. Your index finger is going to slide from 2 to 4, so it'll go up 2 frets. And that's a D position, 7, 4, open, open. So 37 and 38 together. Let's play it all the way through slowly now, and then we'll dive into the advanced solo.